Welcome to Source Guidance with Erin Werley. I'm a best-selling author of One Truth, One Law, I Am, I Create, and I channel God, and I teach you to do the same because we are all one, we are all connected, and you are more powerful than you've ever imagined. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the guidance from I Am. What is your guidance for today? Have knowing that all is well. Everything is working out for your highest good. This is true, but you doubt. The world is full of doubt, and that's why you don't see the changes manifesting quicker. There's so much pain that is being brought to the surface, pain that people have buried deep inside of them for their entire lifetimes. Pain that comes out as suppressed anger, rage, fear, sadness, and so many other emotions. In many cases, it's not your pain that you're carrying, it's the pain of the generations of ancestors that have come before you. As more and more light floods the planet, as the core of the earth cracks open and emanates light to flood humanity, and as the sun gets brighter and energy is flooded from above into humanity, this pain from all these lifetimes is being brought to the surface. It's being manifested in our experience. This is a part of the process. It's the part of this shift that humanity has created. This shift towards more light and away from fear and doubt. But I want you to know something that's so important and so fundamental. Although you are part of humanity, and so your experience is going to, in many ways, be determined by the collective of humanity as a whole. In all the important ways, you actually have so much more power than you realize from your limited perspective to determine your individual experience. You are always choosing, you are always deciding, and to put it bluntly, you are always creating your experience. Erin received an email from a woman in the last few days who is frustrated because she feels that she lives in a town that's full of evil people that yell at her at the grocery store, and her neighbor is bringing home homeless people, and that bothers her, and she feels unhappy, and she feels unable to change anything, and she's desperately asking for help. Now, she has let her outside circumstances determine her internal experience. And there's no judgment here about this. Many people are doing this. Most people, in fact, are doing this. What's important to know is that your life is a path that you travel along, and you go through different phases, different stages, different seasons, if you will. Always with the end destination of coming home to who you really are. So the first thing in a situation when you're feeling like this, feeling like the world around you is determining what you feel inside, is to acknowledge that you are worthy right where you are right now. So none of what I'm about to say is a judgment. It's an opportunity to be more than you have been. Now again, you always get to decide what you create. And for someone who has been allowing their external to control or create their internal, this conversation may act as a trigger. Now, triggers are when you hear something that upsets you, but you have the opportunity to grow and get closer to your truth because of it. Or you have the choice to slam the door shut and say, I don't want to hear that. But everyone has that opportunity from a trigger. And for many, hearing these things will be a trigger that you'll want to fight, want to argue against. Understand that's coming from your persona who is scared and doesn't believe in the unlimited nature of humanity and of reality. So with all that being said, this woman has been creating internally what she sees externally, and vice versa. We're always a mirror. What's going on inside is what you'll see outside. So she can decide today to change what she sees on the outside simply by going within. And really my recommendation in this situation would be to declutter her internal environment so that she can be more of a clear channel for her inner guidance. Because so much of the time, your inner guidance gets clogged and blocked by all the thoughts of the things that you need to do in your life and the things that you're afraid of, the things that are bothering you, your worries, your memories. All of these things get stuffed up in your head, and it's like you're congested and you're not a clear channel to receive your guidance and to hear your truth and to know it, which is why most people look outside of themselves for guidance. They're not a clear channel to hear it within themselves. So I think looking at your environment, look at your home. Does your home need to be decluttered? Okay, because it's very difficult to clear your internal when your environment that you spend most of your time in is very dirty. Not necessarily dirty with dirt, but cluttered with things. And then start a to-do list. Get all those things that are rattling around in your head out of your head and onto paper. Start journaling to deal with some of these things because they keep all these worries, these doubts, these memories. The reason you can't sleep at night, the reason you feel so unhappy is because you have all of these thoughts in your head that need an outlet. So give them an outlet. If you aren't able to journal for whatever reason, then start talking them out. Say them out loud, because while you're just repeating them in your head over and over again, there's no outlet. And I think you'll find the same memories keep coming back to you, the same, I need to do this, I need to change this, I'm unhappy about this. All these things keep repeating. It's because you're not giving them an outlet. They need to be discharged so they can leave your life. Get them out, whether on paper or whether you speak them out loud. Although if you are able, physically able to journal, that is my recommendation. Clear your internal environment. That's really in many ways where most people should start the process of transformation. Because it's never, while other people can help point you in the right direction, someone else will not be able to save you. You must decide that you're the one that's going to change your life. Only you can decide that. Now, we could go on and on about creating other things for this woman, but that's really my recommendation is, I know that her mind is cluttered and the environment of her house is cluttered. And for many people, that's where they're starting. Don't be upset with yourself. Send love to yourself, to your persona, and decide that you are worthy exactly as you are, and you are worthy of having an organized, clear mind, an organized, clear body, and an organized, clear home. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect or overly anal about it, but it means you want to set yourself up with the best chance to connect to your truth. If you look at monks or religious orders, they often are in an environment that is very sparse, very Spartan. You know, a bed and a dresser with a lamp and maybe some writing paper and pen. Well, there's a very specific reason for this. The less clutter that you have, the more you're able to go within. All of the material things, and there's nothing wrong with material things, they're here for you to experience, but when they start blocking your communication with your inner self, that's when they start becoming detrimental. So today, look around and ask yourself, what can I start to clear out of my life? What have I been holding on to? What material things and what thoughts in my mind have I been holding on to because it feels comfortable, or because I'm afraid to let it go? I'm afraid that if I it's not safe to let that go. But maybe if you think about it, it might actually be holding you back. So ask yourself this. Begin to think about it, because the process of shifting humanity is shifting who we are, and you can choose to be in the portion of humanity that really gets bogged down in the fear and the doubt part of this transformation and goes through a lot more pain. Or you can choose to be in the part of humanity that is holding light and that is helping everyone ascend as a whole. And then if you choose to start shifting yourself into more of your unlimited potential and receiving more of your guidance and just becoming more, then you get to have a completely different experience. You don't have to have the experience that so many are having right now of misery and fear and chaos. You can choose a different path. You're creating your experience. No one else is. Now, if you choose to just sort of let life happen and not become a conscious creator who's making their own decisions about what they will tolerate in their life, then in many ways, well, you're not consciously creating. So I tell you that you have a choice. You always have a choice about what you experience. And if there's any area of your life that feels cluttered, go to work on it. Become a clear channel for your guidance. It's waiting for you. It loves you, and I love you.